All right, so not my best night last night. We'll kind of go over, what went right, what went wrong from last night. You see, in the main tournament, I cashed in some, but unfortunately, the one I used for the majority of my games, I only scored 250. Pretty much the reason for that is, I went with Demar and Dwayne at shooting guard. And there was a lot of cheaper guards, Fournier, for example, that just tore it up. Amari Carroll did absolutely nothing and looked awful last night. I watched that entire game. Toronto didn't look very good. Lowry looked good, but not great. It was probably the quietest 60 points I've ever seen someone, score fantasy wise. DeMar had 3 fouls in the first half, so he didn't play hardly at all. But he actually came through and probably put up 22 or so points in the second half. But still, that allowed Lowry to get all the points in the first half and then sunk me because yeah, Drew just did okay, about what I expected, but Reggie Jackson I expected 40, 45 points, and that just didn't happen. The same thing, everyone just kind of did solid here, which is fine. I mean, Marcus Morris had a good first half, but just didn't do much in the second half. Julius Randle, same thing, got injured. Marvin Williams just absolutely disappeared in the second half, whereas Drummond just as usual, just beast mode and killed it the whole way through. So again, no one kind of blew it up except Andre Drummond, but I just got kind of crushed by Damari Carroll and then shooting guards doing better than Wade and DeRozan. So I did have a couple, I kind of been fading, Fournier just because Orlando is so spread out in their scoring. But you can see he put up 44. I actually expected a lot more than Rudy Gay. He looked just okay. Tobias, again, they're spread out. So, I mean, 27 points is kind of what I expect from, like, every starter. I mean, that's what I would expect from Fournier, from Harris. Who's the other guy that starts for him? Not Vukovic. Yeah, Nicholas Vukovic and Oladipo. That's the other one. And Peyton could even put up around that many just with his assists and steals and all the other stuff he does. But you can see this is kind of my best lineup here. Again, I could have done better at some other positions. But still, to score 300 and, still know, okay, maybe I should have done this, maybe I should have done that. So I kind of stuck with a boring, safe lineup. So we're going to switch it up today and make it a fun lineup. Some people call this lineup stars and scrubs, but when you have a bunch of stars and then have a bunch of starters on top of that, if you're a starter in the NBA, you're not really a scrub, even if you're Festus Ezeli and you're at minimum price there. So we'll start off with the lineup. So going with the two best players in the league, Steph Curry and Russell Westbrook. I think this Clippers Golden State game is going to be a close, high-scoring game, and the stars are going to show off. So Curry's going to have a good game. Westbrook, I just hope Toronto can keep the game close somehow. I mean, they looked not good last night. Hopefully it's a close enough game that Westbrook plays the whole game. It should be. I mean, Toronto did win last night. They just didn't look good. And then at shooting guard. So obviously I can't, with that price, I can't fade Fournier anymore. Even if he puts up 20, 27 points, he's still gonna be a value play there. And I did a little research. He is 6'7". I've seen a lot of Orlando's games, and he didn't really stand out. He's just kind of a consistent, solid player, sort of like I used to think Damari Carroll was. But I guess Fournier is a little more offensively, offensive minded. And then Thornton. I've seen Thornton play twice, and every time I've seen him play, I've kind of rooted against him, obviously, because I didn't have him in my lineup, and I'll usually have, someone like Corey Brewer or Trevor Ariza in the lineup. So they'll put him in, and he'll just go on and score, 6, 8, 10 points in a row, and I'll be like, get this guy out of here. You're keeping my guy on the bench. So I'm pretty sure he's going to start tonight. In Orlando, it's going to be a high-scoring game. So even if he gets in there at, 6-minute spurts, he could put up some points, and I'm surprised he's still priced that low because look at his minutes. In 2 games, he's played 31 and 37 minutes. Now, the 31 minutes, he wasn't going to play hardly at all that game, but he just came in there and tore it up. Then it was kind of a planned thing that he had 37 minutes, and they said that was the small lineup they're going with against Oklahoma City. Well, if you remember, Oklahoma City, they got some big guys. They got their 2 centers, Canner and Steven Adams, and then they have obviously Ibaka at power forward and then Durant at small forward. So if you're going to go with a small lineup, even against Oklahoma City, you're going to go with a small lineup against Orlando. And then so small forward again. I saved some money here too. Alfamino, Aminu, and Harrison Barnes are both starters. Barnes is good for about 20 to 24 points. He's not really going to do more or less than that. I'm hoping he randomly catches fire, and he has Crawford or one of those guys guarding him at some point during the game, so he can kind of let loose. And Aminu, I don't like the matchup. I think Utah can sometimes play slow and actually play solid defense. So this is a game I'm worried where they might only be 170 points in the game. But even so, Aminu's going to start. He's going to get the minutes. If it is a defensive game, he's going to get a lot of rebounds. He's going to get steals, blocks, all that. So I couldn't really find anyone better at the price. And Aminu made me look good last time. Then my third star, Blake Griffin. I mean, I think Blake Griffin's going to crush it against Golden State. Even if he has Draymond Green on him, he's still he's gonna have an amazing game. Then at power forward, actually, Markieff Morris has been doing okay. He's been playing the minutes. The one game he crushed me, he only played 11 minutes. I saw some of that game, but I didn't stick around, long enough to hear why or what the deal was. But ever since, I mean, 34, even when he played 23 minutes, he still put up 28 points. So yeah, I'm hoping against what should be a decent game, Phoenix and Sacramento. Sacramento not known for their defense. I watched the Sacramento game, was not impressed with Cauley Stein. Koufos was okay, but at power forward, I can't. I mean, who's he going to be guarded by? He's either being guarded by Rudy or Koufos or Willie Cauley Stein. So he should be. He has an opportunity to put up 40 points, and he's done it last year and he's done it before. So I mean, why not this time around? And then at center, Festus. I've been fading Festus for a while. I've been gotten burned by him too much. Just kind of how I got burned by Fournier last night. So we'll roll with Festus. We'll see what happens. So there's the lineup. Let me know how you do, and if you want to play me heads up, let me know. Thanks.